Hey class, we are going to be dividing some fractions today. And if you know the steps and what to do, dividing fractions can be pretty fun and pretty easy. So I'm just going to highlight this. So be dividing our fractions. And it's also important to remember that fractions are like little division problems in themselves. So you can always divide the numerator, which is your top number of the fraction, by your denominator, which is the bottom number of the fraction, and to get a decimal answer, which is equivalent to the fraction. So, but we're going to be working on dividing one fraction. So in this case, let's take 1/4. And we're going to be dividing that by a whole number. In this case, 3. 3 is going to be our whole number. It's not a fraction, but what's great about any number, any whole number, we can turn this whole number into a fraction. So even though this is 1/4, it's already in fraction form, we can easily take a whole number and make it a fraction where it still has the same value, an equivalent value. All right. And to do that, all we have to do is something simple. So I'm going to write over here, we have our 1/4 divided by, I'm going to just kind of move my 3 up a little bit. So I'm going to show you. All I'm doing, notice I just put a fraction bar under my 3. 3 still has the same value as my whole number 3, but I'm just going to put this 1 underneath. By putting a 1 underneath your whole number, it doesn't change the value because remember, a fraction is like a division problem, and 1 goes into 3 times. So it still has the same value. We've just turned our whole number into a fraction. That is going to be your first step in dividing fractions. All right, so once you've done that, the next step is to find the reciprocal of the divisor. So in this case, 1/4 is being divided, so it's our dividend, and 3 is doing the dividing, so this is our divisor. But we need to find the reciprocal of our divisor. So I'm going to just fill this in right here. Find the reciprocal. And you're like, what is the reciprocal? What is a reciprocal? A reciprocal is like the opposite of. And since we're doing division, we're going to do reciprocal of the divisor. We're going to find the reciprocal of the divisor. This is a step in how to divide. We're going to make this easy. So instead of dividing, we're going to actually do a little multiplication here in a minute to get our answer. But before we can multiply, we need to find our reciprocal. And that's going to be the opposite of our divisor. So what that looks like is, here's our 1/4 again. 1/4 divided by 3/1. And to get the reciprocal, what we have to do is flip it. We are literally going to just flip our divisor. So our 3 is going to go to the bottom to our denominator, and our 1 is going to go up to the top and become our numerator. So then we're going to have 1/3. That's how we're going to do our dividing in this case. But instead of dividing, now that we've found a reciprocal, this is where it gets easier. Instead of dividing, we are going to multiply. So now your next step is now change the division symbol. We're just going to literally change that division symbol, division sign, into a multiplication sign. This is a long word to spell out. Multiplication sign. So right here, this guy right here, we're going to change that into a multiplication sign. And I'm going to rewrite that down here. So now we have 1/4 times 1/3. Because we're taking this 1/4 and we're dividing it into 3 whole groups, 3 big groups. So this 1/4 is going to be broken into 3 groups. And we can figure that out by finding the reciprocal, changing our division sign into a multiplication sign, and now we're just going to multiply. As simple as that. So when we multiply fractions, we multiply our numerators. So 1 times 1 is 1. Then we're going to multiply our denominators. 4 times 3, and 4 times 3 is 12. So essentially, here's our answer. This is our answer, 1/12. We can figure out that 1/4 divided by 3, 3 wholes, is 1/12. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and can certainly email me if you have any questions. I'm going to show you another way to do the same problem. Thanks, guys.